Imagine owning a simple penny that could change your life. What if I told you that a small copper coin from 1944, with a tiny D mint mark, is worth an incredible $87,653 in today's market? Yes, you heard that right, a single wheat penny from 1944. Buckle up, because in this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, the key features, and why this coin is so insanely valuable. Let's get started. The year was 1944. A time when the world was still at war. The United States was deeply involved in World War II, and everything, from materials to manpower, was being rationed for the war effort. Even coins were affected. In fact, just 1 year earlier, in 1943, the U.S. Mint made a radical decision to switch from copper to steel for pennies because copper was desperately needed for ammunition and wartime machinery. But by 1944, the mint returned to using copper due to public dissatisfaction with the steel pennies. The copper used that year primarily came from recycled shell casings from the war effort, an iconic reminder of the times. Among the millions of pennies minted in 1944, a small number were struck at the Denver Mint, marked by the famous D Mint mark. And today, the 1944 D penny has become one of the most sought-after coins by collectors. Key features of the 1944 D wheat penny. Now, what makes the 1944 D wheat penny so special? Let's break it down. First, let's talk design. On the obverse, or the front, you'll find Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. Below Lincoln's portrait, you'll see the date 1944, and to the right of the date, the D Mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. Turn it over to the reverse side, and you'll see 2 wheat stalks flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America. This reverse design is why it's called a wheat penny. Below that, you'll also find the Latin motto E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. Classic, right? Why it's so valuable? So, why is this penny worth a jaw-dropping $87,653? It all boils down to 3 main factors: rarity, condition, and demand. First, let's talk rarity. While millions of 1944 D pennies were minted, very few survived in pristine condition. Most were heavily circulated, scratched, or damaged over time. Finding one in near-perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Collectors love rare coins, and this one is no exception. Cut to close-up of a graded coin in a protective case, labeled MS68. Second is the condition, also known as the grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating better preservation. A 1944 D penny graded MS68 or higher is considered nearly flawless, and that's where the real value lies. One such high-grade coin sold at auction for a staggering $87,653. And finally, demand. The Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history, and collectors are always on the hunt for key dates, especially those from the war era. The combination of historical significance and rarity makes this coin a true treasure. How to identify one? Now you might be wondering, do I have a 1944 D penny worth this much? Here's how to identify one. Step 1. Look at the date. 1944 is what you're looking for. Step 2. Check for the D Mint mark just below the date. Step 3. Examine the condition. The fewer scratches and blemishes, the better. Step 4. Get it professionally graded by a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give you an official grade, which can significantly increase its value. Current market value and trends. So, what's the current market value? For lower grade 1944 D pennies, you're looking at around 10 cents to $2. But for high grade specimens, like an MS68, the value skyrockets to $87,653 or even more at auction. The market for rare coins has been booming in recent years, with no signs of slowing down. How to sell or buy one? If you think you have a valuable 1944 D wheat penny, you can sell it through online platforms like eBay or heritage auction houses. Make sure to get it authenticated and graded first. And if you're looking to buy, be prepared to invest heavily. It's worth every penny, pun intended. Before we wrap up, here are some fun facts about the 1944 DeWitt penny. Did you know that over 430 million pennies were minted in Denver in 1944? Despite that high number, only a handful have survived in top condition. And finally, this coin represents a piece of history, a time when America was united in its fight for freedom. So, what do you think about the 1944 DeWitt penny? Are you going to start checking your pocket change a little closer? Let me know in the comments below if you've ever come across a rare coin. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss more stories about valuable coins that could be hiding right in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you love discovering rare and valuable coins, you're in for a real treat today. We're diving deep into the 1950 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, a coin that could be sitting in your collection or even in your change jar, worth a jaw-dropping $65,827. Yes, you heard that right. Let's explore why this particular coin is so valuable, its fascinating history, and how you can find one. The 1950 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most coveted coins in the world of numismatics. The Lincoln wheat penny, first minted in 1909, was a staple of U.S. currency for decades, but some years are far rarer than others. Among these, the 1950 penny stands out, especially the version with no mint mark. This seemingly humble penny has a story to tell and a value that surprises even seasoned collectors. So, why is the 1950 penny so special? To understand that, we need to take a closer look at its history, its characteristics, and why it's worth so much money today. The history of the Lincoln wheat penny. Let's start by talking about the Lincoln wheat penny as a whole. The Lincoln penny was designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse, hence the nickname wheat penny. This coin was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's likeness, which was groundbreaking for its time. From 1909 to 1958, the Lincoln wheat penny was a mainstay of American coinage. During this time, many different mint marks were used to indicate where the coins were produced. These mint marks included D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and a blank space for those minted in Philadelphia, where no mint mark was placed. And that's where our 1950 no mint mark penny comes in. The 1950 no mint mark coin. In 1950, the U.S. Mint was in full swing, producing millions of pennies for circulation. But not all pennies are created equal. The 1950 no mint mark penny, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is particularly significant because it was part of a series where most of the production came from the Denver and San Francisco mints. Therefore, many people mistakenly believe that all 1950 pennies have a mint mark, but that's not true. The 1950 without a mint mark is much rarer. A key reason why the 1950 no mint mark penny stands out is its rarity. While millions of 1950 pennies were minted, fewer than a few hundred have been discovered in high-quality condition, making them highly sought after by collectors. So what makes a 1950 no mint mark penny valuable? It comes down to the coin's rarity, its excellent condition, and the demand from coin collectors. The value of the 1950 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Let's talk about money. The 1950 no mint mark Lincoln penny is worth far more than its face value. In fact, it can fetch up to $65,827 depending on its condition and how it's been preserved over the years. But why such a large price tag? Like all rare coins, the value of the 1950 no mint mark penny is heavily influenced by its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with grades like MS63, MS65, and MS67 being highly prized for their condition. The more pristine the coin, the higher the value. Most of the pennies you find in circulation today will likely have wear and tear, making them much less valuable. But, in mint or near mint condition, the 1950 no mint mark penny can reach extraordinary values. In fact, A 1950 no-mint mark penny graded MS65 or higher can command a price anywhere from $25,000 to $65,827 or more. A coin graded at the highest level, MS67, could even break into the six-figure range, depending on buyer demand and market conditions. Now, let's dive into the factors that influence the value of these rare pennies. First up, scarcity is one of the biggest drivers. As mentioned, fewer of these coins were minted in 1950, and even fewer have survived in excellent condition. Most were circulated and, over time, became worn out from being in people's pockets and change jars. Another factor is demand. Coin collectors and investors are constantly searching for rare finds like the 1950 no-mint mark penny, especially as the market for rare coins continues to grow. Some collectors focus on specific years or mint marks, while others simply want the best of the best, and that means they're willing to pay top dollar for a 1950 penny in mint condition. The grade of the coin is also essential. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Grading is done by professional agencies like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, and a higher grade means the coin has fewer scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear, making it even more desirable. Where to find the 1950 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, 801 to 930? You might be wondering, how can you get your hands on one of these valuable 1950 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies? Well, there are a few ways to find them. First, you can search for them at coin shops, where dealers might have rare coins in their inventory. You can also find them through coin auctions, either online or in person. Websites like eBay and Heritage Auctions regularly feature rare coins, including the 1950 no-mint mark penny, and sometimes, you can find one at an affordable price if you're lucky. Another great way to find these coins is to search through old change. If you have an old coin jar or inherited a collection from a family member, you could stumble upon a 1950 no-mint mark penny that's worth a fortune. So there you have it. The 1950 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is not just a piece of history, but also a coin with tremendous value. With a current market value of $65,827, it's a rare and sought-after treasure for collectors. Whether you're looking to add one to your collection or simply want to learn more about rare coins, the 1950 no-mint mark penny is a prime example of why numismatics can be so exciting and profitable. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more valuable coin content. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you're planning on hunting for a 1950 no-mint mark penny yourself. Happy collecting!